Hey, I'm Meggie Kay. So I wanted to finish off these Thailand videos I've been putting out by talking a little bit about transportation in Thailand and specifically overnight transportation. So during my trip, I took the overnight bus and the overnight train. So I wanted to do a little comparison, my thoughts on both. And hopefully by the end of this video, you get a better idea about what the overnight transportation is like in Thailand. And yeah, let's just get into it. So first I want to talk about the overnight buses. And I feel like the bus system in Thailand is actually really great. If there is somewhere you want to go in Thailand, I'm pretty sure you'll find a bus to get you there. And I took the night bus actually 7 years ago. Whenever the last time I was in Thailand, I took the night bus from Bangkok down to Koh Phangan. For that bus, we just went into like a bus company near the station, the train station, and we got a ticket for the bus. We didn't really plan it that far in advance. We didn't book it in advance. We walked in, was like, hey, we want to go here tonight. Can we do that? And it was fine. And I think partially that was because the route to Koh Phangan is very popular with backpackers going to the full moon party and all of that stuff. And Bangkok being the capital and being kind of like the center of Thailand, the main hub in Thailand, there are lots of buses leaving from Bangkok. So it was really easy to get a ticket the day of. Now, my most recent trip, I took the night bus from Hua Hin to Chiang Mai, and that was a little more difficult in the sense that I went to the bus station 3 days before I was wanting to leave, and I got the very last seat on both buses. There's only 2 buses that do that route, and I got the last seat on the last bus. So yeah, the reason I think that is because one, it was a Friday, and so more people are going to be taking night buses on a Friday night, I think. And also it's a less popular route. They're not going to have tons and tons of buses. I was actually the only foreigner on this bus, so yeah, not really that popular backpacker route, especially since I was going straight from Hua Hin to Chiang Mai without stopping in Bangkok in between. And when I was sitting at the bus station in Chiang Mai right after I arrived, all of the buses from Bangkok were coming in at the same time. There was lots of buses from Bangkok and lots of backpackers and stuff like that from Bangkok, but because I was going from a smaller town, there was a lot less. And so yeah, I think whether you want to book in advance or you're good with the day of really depends on the route you're wanting to take. If it's a very popular route, you could probably get away with it the day of. If it's less popular or if it's during a very busy time, you might want to look and book in advance, at least a couple of days. But really that's just something you should consider for yourself. So the bus itself was actually pretty good. I preferred the bus I took on my recent trip over my past trips. I felt like it seemed like it was a little bit older than the other buses, but then again, there's like 6-year difference between the two. I don't know. But it was a comfortable bus. They gave you some snacks. There was a blanket, and each seat had like a little TV, even though I didn't use it, but I saw the person in front of me was using the TV. I didn't really care. I was sleeping most of the time. And this bus also stopped halfway through and you got a meal. So you could go in and get, like, it was a buffet kind of meal thing. So I got just some soup and some rice, and that was about it. I didn't really want to eat at 2 a.m. but that's the stop. And that's all included in the ticket price. So yeah, that was my experience on the bus. It's not that bad. I mean, it's never that great sleeping on a bus and sleeping in a chair. They do recline, but you're still sitting in a chair. For me, I'm fine with it. I didn't really mind that much. And it was just the one night. I'm not doing it every night or on a regular basis. So for that one trip, I was fine with the bus, and yeah, got me to where I needed to go. So moving on to the overnight train, I took the train from Chiang Mai down to Bangkok. Now, I was kind of worried about it because there is only one train, and sure, the train is fairly long. There's quite a few seats in it, but there's still only one train. And again, I was taking the night train on a Friday, and I was just worried about it booking up and kind of screwing me out of the night train. So I actually booked the train online through 12Go Asia. Yes, 12Go Asia. And I did this about a month before I arrived in Thailand. So I booked this ticket online and I paid online, and basically they just emailed me like, okay, we have your ticket, we confirmed everything, and this is like the where and when to pick up your ticket. Now, this isn't like a direct booking online thing. Basically, these people will go into the station and buy your ticket in person, and you're just kind of communicating with them online. So it is this third-party system, and they're not going to be like instant like confirmation and stuff like that. It does take a little bit of time. But I didn't have any issues with it. I didn't have any problems. You do pay a little bit extra booking like this because it's a service fee and all of that, but considering the convenience of it all and not really needing to worry about it, I was okay with paying that little bit of extra money. No problems, no issues. I thought it was a great service and took a lot of worry and concern of dealing with all of this while in Thailand, so yeah. Overall, I was pretty impressed by the train. I booked the second class sleeper car, and when you first get into the train, it's all set up in seats. So basically there's one seat on each side facing each other, and I was a little worried about this because I get motion sick if I'm not facing forward, like with the direction of the train. You don't really get to choose your seat because you choose whether you want the upper or the lower, and I wanted the lower. I always prefer being closer to the ground. It wasn't too bad though. Basically, fairly quickly after the train has left the station, people will come through, they'll check your tickets, and I feel like it was only maybe a couple hours after before the guys came through to make up the beds. It was kind of cool to watch them make up the beds. They do it really, really fast. So it's kind of like a thin mattressy kind of thing. You also get a pillow and a blanket once they make up the bed, so it's pretty comfortable. So I have come to the toilet. Standard, kind of like what you would expect on a train toilet, similar to an airplane bathroom. Yeah, I mean, it's not nice, but it's not that bad. The one thing I would say is that the train does make a few stops in between Chiang Mai and Bangkok, and I'm pretty sure it was the brakes, but it sounded almost like an alarm, and while I'm sleeping, all I hear is this like weird alarm sound, so it was a little bit of like a startling awakening kind of thing, but it's not that bad. I thought the train was actually really comfortable to sleep in. Much nicer to sleep in than a bus because you actually do get to lay down. There's curtains for a little bit of privacy. So yeah, overall I prefer the train. It's a little more expensive than the bus, but hey, you get what you pay for, I guess, right? So yeah, that was my experience on the overnight bus and the overnight train. Like I said, I prefer the train, but overnight trains don't exactly go everywhere in Thailand. So sometimes an overnight bus is what you're gonna be dealing with. And the buses aren't that bad either. So really, I think that the overnight transportation in general is a great way to get around Thailand. You save money on a hotel for the night and you get to where you need to go, and they're pretty comfortable. So yeah, overall, great experiences. And if you're going to Thailand, I would recommend looking into overnight trains and buses to get around the country. And yeah, I guess that is it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe because I'll be back with more videos soon.